You made it to the cool down. All right. We're just going to do 3 stretches, and if you're about to go for a run or go into another activity, then I want you to do these dynamically. So you're just going to be moving through these. But if you're done, then we're going to do them statically, just holding. You can hold longer than what I do here. If you're looking for flexibility, you want to hold it for 2 minutes or more, trying to increase that muscle length. But if you're just trying to get your muscles stretched out after movement, then we'll just hold them for roughly 30 seconds. All of these can be done with balance assistance if needed. Starting with our standing quad stretch. You're gonna grab onto your ankle. You can grab onto a surface to help for balance if you need to. If you cannot grab onto your ankle, you can get a strap and loop it around, or a dog leash around your ankle, and then pull it up over your shoulder, or you can put your foot up onto another surface and then sit back onto it. Either way, holding and stretching. Again, if you're doing this dynamically, then I want you to just grab one side and then the other, one side and then the other. Making sure that your knees are close together, tailbone's tucked under, and then we'll switch sides. So grabbing onto my ankle, knees are close, so I'm not way out here. Also, I'm not forward or backwards. Save that for the club later. You're just gonna stay stationary through here. If you arch your back, you're not gonna feel as much of a stretch. If you tuck your tailbone under, keeping your knee next to your other knee, you're gonna feel a much greater stretch from the origin to the insertion of the quads through there. Always breathing throughout your stretch. And now moving on to our figure 4. If you're balanced pretty good, you can do this in standing. If not, I'll show you how to do it in sitting. But bring an ankle to your knee, and then you're gonna push that knee down and sit back as if there were a chair behind you. The more that you sit, the deeper you're gonna feel that stretch. That feels pretty easy, or like you're not getting much of a stretch. Make sure that you're not rounded forward, because if you round here and arch your low back, you're not stretching the actual muscle. So you can arch your low back, then sit back, keep pushing that knee down, and you're gonna feel a much greater stretch. All right, we'll switch sides and I'll show you how to do it in a seated position. A low chair is gonna be a much deeper stretch, but take an ankle onto knee, arch your low back, start to press that knee down. If that still feels like you're not even getting a stretch and you're really arched, you can lean forward. If that feels like too much of a stretch and you can't even get your leg up, sit on a higher surface. So you can stack some pillows up, stack a couple couch cushions up, but sit yourself higher up and then push that knee down, sit back, arch your low back. Great, breathing through that. If you need the dynamic option, then as if you're playing hacky sack, you can just kick into that position. All right, and then our hip flexor stretch. Knee is gonna be on the ground. There's a lot of different options for this. You can tuck tailbone under, keeping knee right over your hip, raise that arm up of the same side, barely start to lean forward, and you might feel a really nice stretch through there. You can activate the glute while you're there. Breathe. If that doesn't feel like it's doing much for you, you can also just stretch the whole hip into extension by just leaning forward here. I recommend putting a pillow or a yoga mat or something underneath your knee. And by just leaning through here, you're getting that whole hip complex to stretch into extension. If you're trying to target the muscles through there, then I recommend tucking that tailbone under and easing into that. And let's switch sides. You can either try your top of your foot down or pulled up this way. Find which one gives you the better stretch that you need and that you're looking for. And of all the variations that I've offered, find the one that works best for you and then hang out in that one. If you're looking for that dynamic movement, then you can just move into each of these stretches, in and out, in and out. But for those that are just finishing their workout, you just hang out in it, breathe, and enjoy. Any other stretches that you feel like your body needs, please take those at this time. And congrats on finishing your workout.